Windows 10, switch virtual desktop while in full screen remote desktop. I have 3 virtual desktops in Windows 10. On one of those desktop I run MSDSC full screen. To switch desktop I can use Windows plus Control plus left or right. But when I am in a full screen MSDSC this key is captured by MSDSC and switching doesn't work. Is there a way to change this behavior?
I was looking for a solution to this problem and just found one. Control plus Alt plus Home gives keyboard focus back to host when in remote desktop. Then you can do Win plus Control plus left or right to switch between virtual desktops. Not ideal, but I'll probably have auto hotkey deal with these 2 shortcuts.
It turns out that in Remote Desktop Client, you should select only this computer when it comes to applying Windows key combination.
If you have a touchpad, you can try the 4-finger gesture. From Microsoft support, touchpad gestures for Windows 10. Switch virtual desktops, place 4 fingers on the touchpad and swipe right or left. I am working with 2 virtual desktops in Windows 10. On one of those desktop I am accessing a Win 7 through remote desktop in full screen mode. I can switch between the 2 virtual desktops with this single gesture. It works for me.
First, I wanted the Windows keys to work on the remote computer, Alt Tab for instance, so I have only when using the full screen for the Apply Windows key combination setting. Then, since very few key combinations are able to get you out of the remote desktop when it is full screen, you have to use Ctrl Alt Home, which brings the connection bar, but also gives back the control to the local computer. So I wrote this auto hotkey script, switch virtual desktop with .uck. It is completely based on this script, so I take no credit. I simply modified it for my needs. You can adjust it to yours. In my case, I only have 2 virtual desktops. The first is the main one, and the second is where I run a full-screen remote desktop client. What the script does when I press Ctrl Alt Home. If I am on the second virtual desktop, the one where I run a full-screen remote desktop client, that first shows the connection bar. I then press the Home key again, with Ctrl and Alt still pressed, and I'm back to the first main desktop. If there is no full-screen session going on the second desktop, the first combination immediately switched to the first desktop. If I am on the first desktop, it switches to the second one immediately. In other words, I always use Ctrl Alt Home to switch between desktops.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.